This is something that a lot of girls need to hear, and nobody's talking about it. All they talk about is, you need a rich man, don't deal with broke men, this and that. This is coming from someone who has not worked since they were, how old was I? I was 29, have not worked a day, and have traveled to probably 15 countries in the last 3 or 4 years. I live in a 2-story penthouse in Manhattan and will be buying about a $3 million house with my husband this year. I'm only saying this to you to say that I know what I'm talking about, because a lot of the girls that you hear, they're not in loving relationships. They are in situations where they're basically a sugar baby. They're in unsafe situations, and a lot of the things that they have to show for themselves are just their purses. That's not going to take care of your life in a sustainable way. And you're also probably not going to be happy and fulfilled, because all those things I'm telling you right now do not make you happy, and that's another video for another day. So when I do say this, also realize that I'm not saying it to say that this is what you need to be happy. What I'm saying is, if you're the type of person that has a desire to be in a relationship in which your partner is the sole provider and you're living somewhat of a luxurious life and you don't have to feel stress in your life, that is why I'm saying this for those people. Because most likely you're getting advice from sugar baby type, which there's nothing wrong with it, but what I'm saying is there's a much different way to go about this. And usually people are going about it the wrong way. There's all these guys that are overlooked that have potential and are generous, and they have a lot that you can learn from. So like I was saying, I have friends, and this is what they'll do. They'll have it in their minds, I deserve this, I deserve a guy who drives a Bentley, I deserve a guy who has a mansion. I never felt that way. I was coming at it from, I'm gonna manifest a wealthy life for myself. It had nothing to do with whether or not a man was involved in that. When I met guys that were rich or were knowledgeable, I spent time with them, for one, because if I enjoyed their company, and two, when I felt that they could teach me something. So part of what that was doing was putting you in situations where you're around people who are successful. You learn how they're talking, you even learn how they're dressing and acting, you learn where they go, and you're learning some serious life experience in the process. If you're going on a date, for example, and you're just looking at this guy to see if he marks off everything on the list. Does he drive a nice car? Does he dress well? Does he pay for the date? Does he have a nice place? And you're doing that because you think that's what you deserve and that's what you need. You're not going to be the girl for him, because he does not want to be with someone who's going to take from him, and he's going to feel that. I will tell you the story of how it happened for me. So I was dating some rich people, I was dating some very famous people, and I was just having a good time. None of these people were providing for me. If they did nice things for me, that was great, but at the end of the day, I was having really awesome experiences with them. So then I meet someone who had less money than them, had less connections than them, wasn't famous at all, and I was having a great time with him. But at the same time, he was very self-sufficient and self-made. The other thing was, he was more generous than even the guys who had a lot of money, because those guys are used to girls that just want things from them. They're used to girls who are being around them, so that person will get them a vacation, so that person will buy them a purse. That is not the guy. If that guy has been single for a long time, I'm telling you, he's met a lot of girls, and he's likely not interested in a relationship with someone who's looking to just take something from him. So I meet this guy, we're hanging out, he's very generous to me, And at the same time, I'm not looking for a relationship and I'm doing my own thing with these other guys. But I'm just starting to realize, like, wait a second. You know, these other people have more, they're famous, blah, blah, blah. What am I really getting out of this situation? What is my long term here with this? Meanwhile, there's this guy who actually wants to be with me and is willing to really actually take care of me. Now, sometimes you have to think to yourself, what is it that I actually want? Because I'm telling you right now, having the biggest house and the nicest car with a guy who's cheating on you with the younger girl every single time that he meets one, you're gonna be fucking miserable. You're gonna be miserable, I'm telling you right now. And likely he's not even gonna get into the relationship. So you are most likely overlooking these guys that will become more and more successful. So instead of looking for someone who's already rich, you need to look for someone who has not so much work ethic, but someone who's business minded. Now, there are guys who work for companies that are definitely business minded and will be able to climb the ladder. Ideally, it's great to find someone who has their own business ventures, because that's the way that you're really going to succeed in your life, is if you don't have the ceiling of what salary someone is going to give to you. The other thing is, when you learn from someone how to start a business and be successful in a business, it's so invaluable. There's nowhere else you can learn that other than experiencing it with another person. So do not overlook the guys that have this potential, and you can tell in them that they love scheming on ways to make money. Not scheming in a bad way, but they love starting new businesses, and they've shown some proof that they can do it. Because a guy that can make money on his own is going to continue to be able to make money on his own. You'll be able to see this potential. Do not let these girls on social media who tell you that this guy needs to be ultra rich in order for you to be with them fool you. I'm telling you, they're not looking for a relationship. If anything, they're looking for a relationship so someone can be there for them, someone can make them look good, and then they could cheat on them. And it feels much better to be in a relationship with someone who you have worked together with, because that person is going to know that you care about them for who they are and you love them for who they are, not just how much money they eventually made. That guy that I was having fun with, and I contacted him after spending some time with him because I knew he had a business and he had a tech company and I wanted him to make an app for me. So I contacted him because I wanted to work with him. I wanted to make an app together. And then we got to talking. I realized he's really smart and I was in trouble because that was attractive to me. We ended up in a relationship together, and it's now, that's my husband. We have worked together on so many projects, even things that I invested the last of my money in and ended up being the best investment I could have made, because he's made, knock on wood, a good amount of money on that investment, and we're married. Just don't allow yourself to overlook those people that have potential and that you could have a happy life with and that could teach you something and that you can work together with and feel that satisfaction, because nobody's talking about that. And it's not viral content, it's not viral content to be saying, oh, find a guy with potential. But I'm telling you right now, find a guy with potential. It doesn't even matter what age you are, because there's plenty of people who didn't even become successful until they were in their 50s. So who knows? Who knows? But be with someone who's about you. Be with someone who you enjoy working on things together with, and someone who could teach you something, because I'm telling you, it is so much more valuable than dating a guy who's gonna buy you a YSL purse that is gonna make you look like a sugar baby. I'm telling you right now. But please take my advice, take the advice that a lot of even my friends won't even take, and I'm just like, girl, please stop looking for this thing that doesn't exist and is not what's going to make you happy in the end. I get a lot of questions. I get a lot of DMs on Instagram and TikTok. I want to start doing more of these YouTube videos, so leave a comment, tell me what you think. Comment and tell me any questions you have, anything you want me to talk about. But I will talk to you guys next time. Thanks for listening.